impressions, get ready with me on quite a bit of new products. I have the brand new Nabla Side Bye Side nude palette to my collection. This is not a brand new palette, it's just new to me. I've never tried Nabla's eyeshadows before, and I've been wanting to try them for quite a long time. Since this palette came out last year, I've been wanting to try their formula because I've been waiting for them to come out with like a neutral palette, and this one just felt like the perfect one for me to try. I also have a new mascara, I have a new bronzer, I have a new blush, I have a new highlighter, I have a new lipstick. So let's jump into it. So this is the brand new Nabla palette that I purchased from Ulta. This is a bunch of Ulta products that I got because I had quite a few points to use, so I wanted to use them, and this was basically the only thing I wanted to get with those points. So this is what the palette looks like. Look how pretty this palette is. I mean, it's like the perfect like cool tone palette, but it also has some warm tones in there too, so I'm really excited to try it out. So for the first shade, I think I'm gonna go into the shade Bonjour, which is this light really light brownish shade, and I think it's going to be really pretty for the crease area. I'm not sure if I want to go over it with another shade, but I'm just going to start with that one. I'm going to apply that in my crease. I already primed my eyes with my Anastasia primer, of course, and set them with the Dior powder. Wow, that is super pretty. That's actually way more pigmented than I thought and a lot more darker. I thought it was going to be really light, but that's like a perfect like mid-toned crease shade. So when I swatched these yesterday, they were just super buttery, very smooth and pigmented. So, and I've heard nothing but great things about this palette. A lot of people put this palette in their top palettes of 2020 when it came out last year from the channels that I've watched that have really loved this palette, like Kelly Gooch and Shan XO. So I was really excited to try it. Sorry, my throat is so dry right now. But so far, this blends out so smoothly. Like, basically, it blends out itself. It's so nice. I just want to build up the color more. I actually did order a new foundation as well, but that's not going to be here yet for another few days because I just ordered it yesterday. But I'll try that out later in the week for you guys. Okay, and then for the defining shade, I'm going to take this shade right here, which is called Burnt Sienna. Kind of gives me Anastasia Beverly Hills vibes because that was like one of her most popular shades, Sienna. So kind of reminds me of her eyeshadows. I'm going to take that and put that in the crease. I'm going to take a little bit more. This brush is really good for building up the colors. Like, it doesn't apply the color like fully, but it's nice to like kind of get it built up to like the desired color that you want. Yeah, that's pretty. See a tiny bit more. I just finished like trying out all the other palettes that I've gotten, like the Barbie Malibu and the whatchamacallit, the Clueless by Hip Dot, the Kaleidos, and I also got the Gourmand Girls palette from Debbie, so that kind of threw off the other palettes that I wanted to use for last week because I just used the Gourmand Girls palette like 3 days in a row so I could try out all the shades. And then I just used like my other newer palettes last week because I actually am receiving another palette soon, which is the Glam Light Red Velvet. So yeah, and then I'm going to take a break for palettes, even though I said that last month that I wasn't going to get any palettes this month, and then I got 2 palettes, so. But I've been wanting this palette for so long, I just figured to get it. I mean, I'm not getting any younger, and if I want a palette to try that's been on my list for months, I'm just going to get it at this point, so. Okay, so for the outer corner shade, I'm going to use this dark brown here, which is called Tempera. And I'm going to put that on my alta corners. And this is a really beautiful, like, deep brown shade. Oh, that's so pretty. So far, these apply and blend like a dream. They're so smooth and so nice and pigmented, but they're not, like, heavily pigmented. I don't know how to explain it. It just has a stunning matte formula so far. Like, they just blend effortlessly and they build up so nicely. Like, they're super smooth and soft, which is what I expected with this palette. Soft. My New York accent came out. My sister always makes fun of me for it. I'm like, we live in New York. Like, if I decide to talk like that, I'm from New York. Like, it's not like I'm talking like someone from Texas going like, it's really pigmented. No, I'm talking like how my accent would be if I grew up in New York, which is where I grew up. So it really annoys me when she makes fun of me for it. I'm like, why does it matter? I'm like, out of everyone, you're the one that should be talking like that because she lived in New York for like New York City for the past couple of years. Okay, so let me just put on some pigment primer and then we'll do the lid. Okay, and then for the lid shade, I'm probably going to go into the golds because you guys know I'm a sucker for gold shades. There are such pretty shimmers in here though. Yeah, I'm just going to use the gold. So I'm going to use the shade Paradiso. And it's a really stunning, oh my god, so pretty! Like bronzy gold. Oh, that's so pretty, oh my god. These shimmers, holy crap, so stunning. That's so pretty. When I looked at this palette originally, like back when it came out, I was like, oh, it's like too cool tone for me. But then since I have it in person, I love it. It's beautiful. I think I'm going to be using this palette for a while for my everyday looks. Even though I have like a million neutral palettes, I'm always in the search of the perfect neutral palette, so this might be one of my favorite neutral palettes. I can already see it being like one of my most used ones. So pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Okay, and then for, oh my god, that's so pretty. Like the shimmers are so smooth, they like glide onto your lids and you don't see like any emphasis of like texture from your lids. It's so pretty. Okay, and then for the brow bone, I'm going to take this shade down here called Party and put that on my brow bone. Hopefully it's not too dark, but I think it'll be, yeah, that's perfect. Okay, I really love this palette. It has all the everyday essentials that I need in here, actually. It has every shade you could possibly need. That's why it's called Side by Side, because it has every freaking shade that you need for every day. And I'm super impressed with the formula. It's so pretty. I love it. Oh my god, 10 out of 10 so far. Love it. Okay, so now I'm just going to prime my face. I'm going to use my Milk Hydro Grip, of course. Okay, and then for my foundations, I'm just wiping my, sorry, I'm wiping my hands. I'm going to use my Beauty Blender Bounce. I really have been enjoying this foundation. It is so good. I don't remember if I mentioned it in my favorites video, but it is a really good foundation. I was really surprised by how much I liked this foundation. Because I got a ton of flack when it came out. But this is still my newest foundation to my collection. As far as like fuller coverage, like everything else that I've been getting has been like tinted moisturizers. So yeah. Just need a tiny bit more. It's like all over the packaging though. It was a little bit annoying, this packaging. Does anybody else take like the excess products from their hand and scrape it onto their beauty blender? It's a lot easier to do that than like try and like wipe it all off. It's just such a pretty foundation. It covers really nicely. And it's like the coverage that I really like medium coverage. So I've been kind of doing better since last Sunday. I've been kind of really up and down still. Like I've been remembering things about Liz and then things like that I really missed doing with her. And then I'm kind of just like keeping myself really busy because I've been actually working the past few days. So, I got to see quite a bit of like friends that I haven't seen in a while this past week. So that was good, at least, you know, to talk to them about everything. But it's still hard to cope with. It still doesn't really feel real. I mean, I know that it's real. It's just like really difficult to not be able to like call her anymore. So, yeah, it really sucks. What is going on with my blending right now? Like sometimes this sponge has like the foundation like sticks to it, like, and then it's like harder to blend out. Like every time I apply my eyeshadow, my like contacts get so dry already. And it's like usually when I only wear my contacts for like an hour before I do my eyeshadow, so I don't really get why they get so dry. Why is that not blending out properly? Okay, that's better. It took like 10 million years for me to blend out. Oh my god, this is driving me nuts. Okay, I had to put some saline in my eyes because they were just so dry. So now I'm going to go into an Old Faithful concealer. I forgot that I had this because I was storing it at the side of my desk. And I was like, I need to start using this again. So I had a backup of my ColourPop No Filter concealer in the shade Fair 02 that I still hadn't cracked open yet. So I've used it like twice before this. So I'm trying to use it more. And I still really love this concealer. It's so good. Telling ya, ColourPop's complexion products are really, really good. The ColourPop Pretty Fresh foundation is like amazing. It's their best complexion product they've ever come out with. I just ordered the newer foundation that they came out with because I want to try like I can't resist trying every single foundation that they come out with because I always end up loving them. And it's the Soul Face and Body one. I'm never going to use it on my body, but I'm definitely going to use it on my face. Okay, and now I'm just going to apply it underneath my eyes. I got such crap sleep last night. I've been actually sleeping pretty well the past couple of weeks. And for some reason, last night was like the first night I couldn't fall asleep in a while. So that kind of sucked. So I'm pretty damn tired today, and I have to be at work at 11. I mean, at 12. It's like 11:35 right now. So I still have 20 minutes to be done because all I have to do is fill my water bottle and leave because my manager actually got me lunch yesterday because she loves what I did with the front table in the store. So she said she would buy me lunch, and I thought that was just so sweet. So I left the leftovers of what I couldn't finish yesterday at work, so I don't have to bring food today. Okay, and then I'm just going to set my under eyes real quick. Okay, and then I'm not going to smudge anything on the lower lash line. I'm just going to take, where's my other brush? Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, I'm going to take, Lord Jesus, this shade right here called Ray of Light. And I'm going to pop that on my inner corners. Oh my god, I'm going to kill myself right now. Jesus Christ. Anything could actually go my way. That'd be amazing. This looked like such a pretty shade. But this looked like such a pretty shade, if I could speak, to put on the inner corners. Just need a little bit more. Why is it always more on this side than it is on the other side, like every time? Okay. I'm just gonna do liner and lash primer off camera. Okay. So I just lined my waterline with my Marc Jacobs liner in Earthquake. Can you believe that they're leaving Sephora and they're shutting down? That kind of sucks. I really like Marc Jacobs Beauty, and of course, as soon as I started using those liners, because they were such a good price, because they were always like too expensive to buy because they were like $30 each, and then he cut the price in half for a while. I bought like 5 of them because it was like 2 for the price of 1, and now he's leaving Sephora, which really, really like kind of upsets me because I liked Marc Jacobs a lot more than Becca. So yeah, it sucks. So I'll try to find other liners that I like more, but it's not gonna be the same. Okay, so I have this new NYX On the Rise Volume Mascara. I'm gonna try this out today. I've never tried NYX mascaras before, really, except for their skinny mascara for the bottom lashes, but I've never tried any of their like regular mascaras, so I figured what the hell, because I was just gonna order one product from NYX, but then they had this promo going on Ulta where if you spent like I think $15 on NYX, you got a free bronzer and cheek set, and I was like, that's a really nice deal, and they were both full-size products for free, and I was like, well, might as well spend $15 on NYX to get 2 full-size products for free. I was like, that's a really good deal. And when I looked up the price of the bronzer, it's like $10, so I'm like, okay, that's worth it. Oh, this mascara is really nice, actually. It's a little dry, but it really grips onto the lashes. And it gives me a lot of nice length. I like that. That's really nice. I'm not like super picky with mascaras, to be honest. And I've been trying so many new mascaras the past couple of months, but this is actually really, really nice. I really like that. Okay, I'm impressed. Okay, so I just coated my bottom lashes with my Maybelline Lash Discovery, and now we're going to dip into this brand new NYX Matte Bronzer. I've never tried any of their bronzers before, and I've been kind of wanting to get into more drugstore makeup again. I kind of fell off for a little while. I mean, I've been getting a few drugstore things here and there, but I haven't really tried too many drugstore bronzers since the Milani Dolce one. And the Physicians Formula, since I just decluttered that one like a couple of months ago. I thought that this would be a pretty good one to try, and plus again it came free with a purchase of $15 or more. So I'm just going to apply this, and that applies really, really nicely. I didn't really expect anything else. I've heard that NYX bronzers are great. There's absolutely no kick up from this bronzer either, which is also really nice. I also have a new blush that came with the bronzer. I just don't know if I want to use it with this look. Just because it is a liquid blush. And I don't know, I'm always like hesitant to use liquid blushes when I go to work and wear a mask. I always feel like it's going to wear off. I mean, not like it's not going to dry by the time I get there. Wow, I really like this bronzer. It's really nice. I already applied way too much though. Too much, Caitlin. Yeah, that's really nice. Really pretty. I like that a lot. Okay, maybe I will try this. Yeah, what the hell? I'll just try it. So this is the NYX Sweet Cheeks Soft Skin Tint, and this is in the shade Baby Doll. I guess I might just, usually for me, I like blending out liquid blushes with my fingers. So I think I'm just going to, maybe I'll just apply it to the brush I like using, and maybe just put on a little bit and kind of just like, oh my god, that is so pigmented. Jesus. Okay, I'm gonna have to just put it on with my finger. Oh my god, that's so pigmented, and it's too pink for this look. I'm not gonna, I mean, it does blend out pretty nicely with a sponge though, but it's too pink. You know what, who cares? I'm wearing a mask anyway, and it actually blended out really nice. I just think I'm gonna use a sponge to blend it out. Okay, I'm just gonna apply it with the applicator and see where it goes. I'm just gonna use a sponge to blend it out. Or just my fingers, I don't know. I never know how to blend out liquid blushes. But yeah, it diffuses pretty nicely with a sponge. Okay, that's pretty. I thought it was gonna be like, I mean, it was really pigmented when I first put it on. So I think what I'm gonna do is put Pat McGrath's Divine Rose over it just to set it a little bit. Because, you know, again, I'm a little bit hesitant to wear. I feel like it's probably gonna wear off. I'm just gonna take a little bit of this and put it over it, just to add a little bit more color, because I'm not like obsessed with liquid blushes. I just thought that this was a good set to try, but that looks really pretty over it. I like that. Okay, good. Okay, and then we do have a new highlighter to try, and I'm so excited to try this highlight. So if you guys didn't know that about these highlighters from Catrice, they had only come out with one shade, and then they just came out with a new one, and I saw it on Ulta, and I'm like, I need that. I fell in love with the first shade that they came out with these, and this is the Catrice More Than Glow highlighter, and this one is in the shade Beyond Golden Glow. You guys know, of course, I had to pick up a gold, So, because you guys know that golds are my favorite shade of highlights, so this is just so beautiful on the skin. Like, they are so intense and buttery smooth. I was like, I need that. I was like, there's no way I can't get it. I've fallen in love with these highlighters from Catrice. They're so good. And they're like $5. I was like, I ended up returning the Buxom White Russian one because I fell in love with the first shade that they came out with, and these so much more. I was like, and it was only like a few dollars as compared to the Buxom one, which barely gave me a highlight compared to this one. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna, you know, keep the Catrice one. Oh, Sephora. They're just like I think they're a baked gelée formula, and there's like absolutely no kick up, and they're just like stunning on the skin. They're so pretty. Just want a little bit more on this side because you guys know I'm a highlighter hoe. I really am. My best friend used to always say that I was always glowing from space, and I was like, well, what's the point of wearing highlight if you're not glowing from space? I mean, duh. Okay, and then for the lips, we do have a new lippy to try, and this is the NYX Lingerie XSL lipstick in the shade Turn On. I saw this on Leora's channel. Leora Loves Makeup, and I saw her wearing it in a couple of videos, and I was like, oh my god, that is such a pretty color. So I just decided to get it. So I'm lining my lips with Minute Man from ColourPop. Let me just do that real quick. And then I'm going to go ahead and apply this lippy. I tried it on last night, and it really reminds me of their original soft matte lip creams, just a little bit more matte. But this is like super lightweight and like so pillowy on the lips. And it's such a pretty shade. Yas. Don't mind me, I'm a psycho. I was trying to keep myself on a low buy recently, and then I just bought new stuff because buying new makeup makes me happy. And this is a new sweatshirt from Lucky too that I bought yesterday. Oh, that's such a pretty lipstick. I love it. I'm just going to finish applying it. Okay, you guys, so this is the finished look. I really love how everything turned out. I'm pretty much happy with everything I tried. So here are the eyes. The cheeks. So pretty. And the lips. This lipstick is so lightweight, and no matter how much I layer it, it still stays really, really light. So I love you guys. I'll review everything later, but I think I pretty much loved everything, but I gotta go to work, so bye. Okay guys, so I am home from work, so I wanted to tell you guys my review of everything. I already wiped off my lipstick because usually when I come home from work, I wipe off my lipstick like right away so I can just relax and, you know, not worry about like when I'm drinking something if I have lipstick on or not. So I wanted to tell you guys my thoughts on the palette first. So this is the Nabla Side Bye Side palette, and I freaking love this palette so far. I think that the shadows lasted a really, why is there hair in my face? Lasted a really good amount of time. Oh, never mind. My boyfriend's texting me. So anyway, I wanted to tell you guys my thoughts on the palette first, and again, I really love how this palette performed. I think that the mattes were super buttery and smooth, very easily blendable. They basically blended themselves. And the shimmers are just so gorgeous, super buttery smooth, and they're just like so pretty on the lids. Like, I think that they just applied it beautifully. Was zero fallout, zero kick up, and they're just so pretty. Like, I have nothing negative to say about this. This formula is stunning, and I'm so excited to use all the shades because I love it. I can't believe I haven't tried this sooner. They were on my list for a long time, and I was like, what the hell? I'll just freaking try them already. And I think that this palette is stunning. I really love the mattes in here, and the shimmers are beautiful. So 10 out of 10 so far. I really, really like this palette. And then as far as the mascara goes, the NYX On the Rise Volume Lift Mascara. Oh, that's cute. Volume Lift Mascara. That's really adorable. I didn't know it was called that. I thought it just said Volume Mascara. That's so cute. I actually really liked this too. I think it gave me really nice separated lashes. I wouldn't say it gave me a ton of volume, but I think it's really nice. I think this is one of my new go-to mascaras for every day. I don't know if I'm going to use it for work all the time, but I think it's a really nice everyday mascara, and I, have been interested in trying more drugstore brands mascaras, and I've never tried NYX like upper lash mascaras. I've only tried the skinny mascara, and I really liked this, so that was really nice. And then I also really liked the matte bronzer from NYX. I mean, a lot of people love the NYX bronzer, so it was just really nice, super buttery smooth. This honestly performs like a high-end bronzer. I really, really liked it. So really, really nice. I mean, NYX makes incredibly good products for the drugstore. NYX and Milani are like my top favorite drugstore brands. And then also the liquid blush, the NYX Sweet Cheeks Soft Skin Tint in the shade Baby Doll. I didn't think this was going to be so damn pigmented, but it really was. But I really like how it looked on the cheeks, but it kind of faded since I applied it this afternoon. Well, this morning, I mean. The highlight is still freaking popping, though. Do you see that? Holy crap. But the blush kind of faded a little bit, but it was pretty. But since it came free with the purchase, it's not really a big deal. And then, of course, I love the Pat McGrath blush. And I'm glad I applied that over it. And then, again, the Catrice More Than Glow highlighter in the shade Beyond Golden Glow. Holy crap, it's so intense and pretty. I love these highlighters from Catrice. If you guys haven't tried these yet, I think that these are the best drugstore highlighters that have come out since the Maybelline Master Chrome highlighters. I'm freaking obsessed with these. I think that these are amazing. And then the NYX Lingerie XXL lip in the shade Turn On. Oh my god. This is so freaking comfortable on the lips. It felt like a freaking pillow. Like, I didn't feel this at all, and every time I reapplied it, it was just super smooth, dried so quickly, and it was like a matte, soft, pillowy lipstick. I freaking love this. I really do like this a lot, and I can't wait to wear it again. 10 out of 10 on that. So I pretty much loved everything that I tried out. So yeah, I love you guys. Please like and subscribe. Follow me on my social media at CPW819, my Instagram. And my Poshmark is the same handle, CPW819. And I love you guys. Bye.